You spawned on Genesis 2. Now, you have your exosuit. Where shall you build your base? Do you need a large area for your tribe? Do you need a little rat hole? Or is it you're after just a little farming base so you can then move up to a bigger base? Well, stick around because I'll show you where to build it. Location number 1 is called Tiny Hangar, and we are this coordinates and up the top of the map. It's a nice little spot next to a mission over there, so it's quite easy to find if you know Genesis. As you can see, we have Arges and everything else spawning, so tames won't be a problem. It is a really good size area for tames. You got Indie Forge, bolts, pretty much anything you need. So it's a good little starter to this video because it suits pretty much anyone that wants a decent sized base. Now, let's move on to number 2. Location number 2 is called Giant Waterfall, and you can see why. That's a pretty big waterfall. Now, this is a base you can either hide out in or expand as you get bigger. So this is probably more for the bigger tribe because the defense is going to require some resources. But with that mist and everything, you could easily hide early game any size. So a little solo hiding out, you could do it. Because if we have a look again, you can't see pretty much anything with this fake water. So this one is mainly for the big guys, but if you're a small one and no one's got it, get it until some big one kicks you out. Because as you can see, if you're an alpha, you could probably take over this whole side and pretty much just control the entire island. That brings us to this location at these chords and on the map as you see. This is obviously right next to the world border, but this can be a long base, but obviously people are going to look around the world border. But this is a good transfer base. You start there, you come down here and get all these resources. So you gather a bunch of metal and everything, and then transfer to one of the other bases we are showing or have seen. There's resources all around here, but as you can see, this thing gets in the way if you're just coming by, and pretty much even low tech, you just have a parachute, you could travel all the way over there. So you can pretty much just pack up and go whenever you want, or use it as a farming outpost. Stick a base up behind there where we started, come down there, get your stuff, maybe with an Anki. Depending on your server, you can either transport from your bed if they've got some solo stuff, or just fly away with it. But on to the next one. This base is a Rathole location. Chords up there, map location there. Come down under here and up. You might need to use your skill to build because this isn't going to be flat. A raft can spawn and do some damage. Now, as far as up here, there's nothing really up there. So this is pretty much what you see is what you got. And it's up to you whether you got the skill to build in it. But that is rat hole number 1. we have 2 more to go. Okay, here we are at rathole number 2. These are the chords. Now, the only tricky part is you do have to add in a little bit of platform if you want to get in and out quickly. You crouch and you can go. Now, I'm going to speed up the video because this will take a while and we got to get around there. But imagine how hard it is for people raiding you to actually get into your base. Okay, as you can see, you add a little bit of a cliff plat. You can either add a cliff plat or whatever you wish to do. This is for you to get in and out. But as soon as you put the fences up, there is only really one way for them to attack, and that's down. But there is ways to get around that. And I'll leave you to comment your opinion on the best way to do that. But yeah, the only thing that can probably affect you, as most bases, would be a tech rifle or anything like that. But on to the last rathole. The last one we're going to look at is at these chords. They're on the map. Again, you're going to need a cliff plat. You're going to put it wherever you want or add in whatever you want. But that goes all the way back there. You can have a little home in there. And you can't really see it. I'll show you what I mean. So that's there. You know where it is. Now, if we're just flying around, obviously we're not going to be looking directly at it. We're going to be looking at the waterfalls because that's what people do. Look for waterfalls. We got the bridge. Yep, no one's got a base there. No one's got a base there. Nope, we can't see anything. And then you'll be flying right past us. And unless you got a parasaur and we're hanging out at the base, you wouldn't be able to tell we're there. So that is my Gen 2 bases. Any I missed or should have put on the list. This isn't the best and you can only build here list. But any you think I should have added, do put in the comments. I would like to hear your opinion. But that is all for now. See, you can't even see it. You have to go like this to see it. But goodbye from Genesis 2.